So here we have a Crown SC 5200. The customer says that the steer tires were making noise. So it's probably has something to do with the bearings inside. So we're going to remove this here steer tire and see what's going on. So first, let's get the truck on blocks and we can spin the tire off the floor. You don't need it that high. Just get the truck on blocks and make it safe. Now we have the steer tires and it's got some movement to it. So we're going to take the cone off and replace the bearings because the tire has a lot of play in it. So let's get started on that. So we set the truck on blocks as we can rotate the tire. So we remove the cup, take the cotter pin out, and take the casting nut off. And as you can see, the tire has a lot of play in it. It's moving back and forth. So the bearings need to be replaced. So let's remove the tire. And as you can see again, you can see the bearing is completely destroyed. Even the bearings are missing. And when I remove the tire, you can see parts of the inner bearing is still here on the floor. So in some cases, you might have to cut the bearing sleeve off, and I'll show you what that looks like. But yes, the bearing is completely destroyed. So after using the cutoff wheel, as you can see, I had to cut into the sleeve of the bearing and have it removed, because sometimes you can't just remove it with your hand, but you just got to cut off. So I use a cutoff wheel, and as you can see, the bearing has definitely been destroyed. So we'll install new bearings, inner and outer, lubricate it up, and install a tire. So let's get started on that. But just as a side note, this sleeve, sometimes they don't come off easy. So I had to cut it off. But that's the makeup of the design. So get your cutoff wheel, as in this one, something like that. Just cut a slice on each side, tap it right off. Now let's install the new bearings. So here's one of the new bearings. So we're going to put grease all around the side and under the bottom. So we'll repack those first. So in some cases you can use what we call a bearing repack kit. I don't have one with me, so basically I just put grease in my hand, take the bearing, and just start packing it like this. Until it starts coming out of the sides. Just keep repacking it all the way around. Yep, grease in your hand, just keep repacking it. See how it's starting to come in, and you just change it and just keep going around the circle. So a good rule of thumb is just do both bearings. This is the inner, that's the outer. And that way, you can just install them and not have to worry about putting grease back on your hand. So do both inner and outer bearings at the same time. Now let's go ahead and install. So first we got like a bearing sleeve, like it's a cup. So we'll go ahead and install that. And this is a seal to stop grease from coming out. So now we'll put the bearing on. Now we got the inner bearing installed, Inner's always on first. Now what we're going to do is put the steer tire back on. Now we got the steer tire back on. But just take some kind of spacer or washer and put it in between the floor and the drive tire, because that helps support it. Now we can install the outer bearing, but it's always good to put a little grease around here. So let's do that. So now it's loaded up with grease. Now let's put the outer bearing inside. And remember, the outer bearing can only go on one way. As you can see how it's chamfered. So you put the cone in and just push it on in place. Now let's put the washers. Lock washer. It'll be with one with the little niche. See that little niche right there? That little niche at the top? It goes into the groove. Just put that on there. And we put the lock nut on there. Tighten it down. We got the capsule nut down as tight as we can. Tire spins pretty good. Let's move your little sleeve out the way. It's got a little turn to it. So now we just put the cotter pin in place. So we got the cotter pin in place. Just put the dust cap on there. Put the dust cap on. Give it a little spin, and that's it. Give it a little wiggle on the side. You don't see no movement, and that's pretty much it. And that is how you install steering wheel bearings for a set of steer tires for a sit-down truck made by Crown. Got some good movement there. Yep, so if you have any questions, comments, concerns, just leave them in the comment section below. And again, thanks for watching.